Yeah, it's all quiet. Hello, guys. It's Dimmy G from Rebel. What we're doing is something different. Is I'm obviously in a college. I'm a college coach in a college league. Played a game yesterday. I've got my mentor here. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Glodude. Um, he's my mentor. What we're going to do? We're going to look at the game, sort of critique my play, see if there's bits I can do better on, bits I can improve on, all that sort of stuff. So we just jump right into it. To be fair. Let me just get the replay up. So it's
Yes.
Chaos Cowboys, Caron Car Jailers. So it's Chaos versus Dark Elves. It's a good game. It was a
So,
fun game.
well, technically, yes, it was.
It was a
I
long
mean,
one.
the fact that you managed to remove three important Dark of player surely did help.
Oh, that
But
definitely
yeah,
helped.
that that was a pretty good game. We'll see about it. So, how about the teams? Did you had a lot of experience playing against Dark Elf as Chaos?
I've played a couple of games, not a lot, not a great deal. So, um, it was fairly new to me. So I've been playing a lot on CCL, but the thing is with that is the teams that I'm playing on the Chaos team that I've got on CCL is way more developed. So you get away with a lot more stuff. So it was I was nervous. I was genuinely nervous about this one.
Okay, yo, this is what I like about Chaos. You always have to do with what little you have. Early on, it's I think to me it's the most fun team to play because you're not as bashy as orc or as tanky as dwarf. You just have a couple of chaos warrior and you have to do with what you have. So show the skill because I think you had plus strength chaos warrior. This one I will talk about it a lot because I think you didn't really use it properly. And two block warrior, tackle goat and mighty blow goat.
Yeah,
So let's pause already because you chose to kick, right?
I did. Yeah, so I did win the toss, and I chose to kick.
Okay, so we can talk a bit about your defensive setup. Why do you set up that way?
To be honest, I watched the game and I saw it. I saw someone use this defensive setup. I know he wants to get round the sides of me, so I wanted to stay wider than usual rather than doing the standard setup. Um, and I played a game as Skaven against Chaos, and he played this way, and I found it really hard to deal with. Like I didn't really know how to get round him with the strength four.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I think this is good. This is a good defensive setup against agile team. I'd say yeah, the placement of the Chaos Warriors are good. Maybe the tackle one should have been not on the far left, but maybe yes, swapped with this one
Yeah,
to protect from maybe a YOLO blitz or technically could even get surfed, but he doesn't have leap yet, and it's gonna take a lot of dodge. So
yeah.
it's pretty safe.
Okay.
Okay, three goats on the LOS, and for your opponent, I see he had like a guard
Yep. He's got the guard.
and three bludger and a wrestle.
Yeah, so the Blodgers, the Witch, the two Blitzers. Yeah, the rest will confuse me a bit, but
Nah, it's for ball stealing and generally with linemen on elf team you can't go with wrestle because it annoyed the enemy because he have to go down with you, especially when he have a lot of block and you put it down and then you get up and you have free. You don't even have to dodge out. That's the plan.
yep.
So I say it's a good choice. Okay, yeah, you can continue.
There we
The
go.
guard will be, well, the guard technically is tricky to play against because if played well, it can really mitigate a lot of your strengths.
Yep. I mean, to be
But it's dark elf, so
yeah.
not gonna bash a lot. It's gonna bash a bit. Oh yeah, and the rain, the
That was
infamous rain,
huge. I was very happy to see the rain. To be fair, um,
and the deep kick. It's okay against elf. Sometimes you wanna kick far, sometimes you wanna kick close. Depend of you what you wanna do. Uh, if I remember correctly, you want. I told you it would be better to defend and
yeah,
try defend, try to put the pain, but accept that he's probably going to score because it's
yeah,
an elf and elf on offense usually score.
yeah,
Okay, failed the pickup. Lost a turn, didn't blitz. I'd say it's a pretty shitty first turn. So
yeah.
let's pause. Let's pause.
Right. Okay.
I I usually pause a lot doing the review replay.
Okay.
So there is one thing I love to do while I play and while I review. It's try and figure out the goal for the turn. I find it pretty easier to play when you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
For example, if you wanna cage around the ball or if you wanna go forward, then you know, okay, I'm gonna need 4 player to be around the ball, or maybe you prefer to go straight and focus on trying to get somewhere when you can go through the enemy line. Maybe you wanna go in position and base everyone. So on this turn, what do you think should be the best option, the best
Um,
thing you should do
at the
on focus
time,
on?
I wanted to close like what I just basically wanted to close the gap. So I wanted to squeeze him back, sort of base everywhere, give him bad blocks, and stay wide. So I was very conscious of him getting down my flanks, but I was also very conscious of getting surfed. So I just wanted to squeeze up and then obviously just blitz with mighty blow. That was, I mean, there wasn't a massive deal for. It was just a case of close the pitch, like don't let him move forward, keep him moving, just like staying there or moving back.
Okay, and last question, the strength 5.
This guy,
Do you? So I've watched the game while you were playing, and I said already that I think you didn't use it properly. The strength 5, especially against elf team, it's a big guy,
yeah,
and elf usually just go around big guy. But
okay,
there you have an AG3, movement 5, and strength 5. So it's gonna be a lot harder to go around than, let's say, a tree man or a mummy.
yep.
I would really recommend to, against those kind of team, just try and base always 2 to 3 player
So like
with
in
it,
here,
because he's never going to
yeah,
punch it. And will it's gonna be more relevant later on, but sometimes you prefer to send the block than a strength 5, and he could have chose to punch you with one die
yep,
and could have more easily get away with it.
yeah,
Okay, now let's continue the first turn.
yeah, perfect.
Let's see. So the blocks in position, the goats in position. Yeah, see why the
Should be going in the middle here, you reckon?
yeah, well, at the very least just base 2,
Yep,
because really here I'd say it's pretty centered, but I don't know. It's always better to, even if elf dodge out on 2 up, they have to dodge if you base them, and so sometimes they can roll one or
yeah.
snakes
You'll
and
see that.
die. Okay, oh, and you followed the blitz.
Yeah, I did think that was a mistake when I did it. I,
Yes.
I did I did realize that. I think it's more of habit than actual. I wasn't really thinking then.
Yeah, that is, especially with goats, and if you have killer goats, you should really be careful about them, even when playing against cavens. Okay, so first fail dodge. Uh, pause
Yeah,
or
I
again at
will.
the start of each of your turn.
Oh, sorry. Right, okay, there we go.
Okay. So your the elf is playing very patiently. He's waiting, and whenever you fail something, he just pass.
Yep.
So it's good for you because well the turns are going faster, and here he didn't make any progress. And you even have one player in base contact, so you can already start punching people.
Yep.
So I'd say here the situation is pretty much ideal. And I see you already moved the strength 5 up to 2 player. That's
Yeah.
good. Um, Here I say you always should be careful against elves because the slightest mistake and they can get away with you going around all of your player,
Yep.
and now you're in danger because okay you just forget one square.
Yep.
And that was what happened in the second half with the elf hole. But
Yeah.
here against those kind of team, what I usually recommend is always leave a goat behind to be the safety. Here
Yeah.
you have the tackle goat. I'd say it's perfect. Just keep it behind because you have the
Yeah.
mighty blow. You have enough target without bludge to punch before having to use the tackle. And
Okay.
the witch is not really available, and the blitzer are heavy 8 and block. So of course you want to get rid of them, but you can also get pretty much the same result by punching the guard or the block or
Yeah.
even the lineman, because having the number advantage is always good. So here, yeah, the tackle should always really stay behind, not in tackle zone and not easily accessible by elf, because if you really want to go get around, he can sometimes just throw linemen and you have to do dodge, and you don't really want to do dodge to
No.
have your blitz. And so here I guess your plan will be much like last turn,
Yeah.
to base everyone and try and keep him in his health and maybe get even to the ball, but I don't think at this point it's really relevant to start and try to get near the ball, because with elf it's not that hard to pick it up and throw it into someone else
Yeah.
on the pitch. Even just a handoff, like let's imagine he succeeds the pickup, he can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so he can do a short pass or even a GFI to hand off to the witch, and the witch can move her 7, so it's not that hard to be in your side of the field very easily.
Yeah.
So always keep that in mind. If you screw something, if you don't screen properly, elf will remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very conscious. I was very like nervous about him, sort of like leaving gaps and stuff. And I did try, but I did notice a few things potentially I messed up. But we crack on, yeah. Show the turn.
Okay, yes, you can continue. Keeping base contact even with those on the floor,
Yeah.
punching the wrestle guy and keeping company.
This was.
Blitzing the guard.
Yeah.
Okay, I think here not rerolling is good because it's still early. You might need those reroll later,
Yep.
and Dark Elf are a bit sturdy as well. So they have AV8. They are not Wood Elf. They are not Skavens. They can take a couple of punches. And here you also have an Elf all between the two Chaos Warrior on the left.
Here, yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
So what I call Elf all, not here, just the square between them. The
This one.
square, yes. Why? Because if you can enter that square without dodging, and
Yep.
you can exit that square
On a
going
two
diagonally
plus.
on a 2 up.
Yeah.
So that only take a single dodge on a 2 up to go through. That's what
That's.
I call an elf. hole because elf with 2-up dodges, they can go pretty much everywhere they want.
Yeah.
So that's basically a GFI to go through.
That's scary. That is. That's absolutely terrifying.
Now that you see it, you can't unsee.
Yeah.
But here it's not really, it's not that huge of a problem because he still doesn't have the ball, and even if he do pass, take it, pass, it's a 3-up to catch, and then you have to tackle back, and he can't really get a good defensive position because most of his team is on the right flank or on the floor. He'll have like the blodge or maybe 1 or 2 linemen, so he's not going to commit. You still have time. He played only 2 turns,
Yep.
but you really need to get the ball and get forward now. So you should be aware of that. And also technically on the right and left flank you have he can pass, but that's not that huge of a problem also because on the left he can pass like maybe a lineman and you can just send the goat to keep him company. And on the right, yeah, he can get to the right, but he'll use a lot of movement and you can just blitz him and keeping on the side, because what you should always remember is you can get on the side with the agile team, but if your opponent just bunch up and do a wall or something, you really do not have a lot of movement,
Options. Yeah.
enough of a lot of options. So it can be done with Dark Elf because Frenzy is really scary. It's a really good tool to go on the sideline, but it should not be abused. So it's okay to not always protect the flank. Here you only have 2 square, so 1 square to move. So it's okay.
Yeah, I was very conscious of frenzy. That's why I was staying out of these side channels like as best as I could. But then I also didn't want to leave the gap, so I was like, I really didn't know what I should be doing there. So I think so. This is okay. Yeah, just keeping both guys in
Well,
these.
technically, if he really wants to serve you, he can, because he
Oh, you
can.
can
You
just
already
hit
have
him.
someone next, so
Okay,
he can punch and push. But it will take him at least 3 to 4 player to just do that, and he just serve a goat. So I'm gonna say it's not really worth it for
okay,
him, and I'd say that's why he didn't do that. So
perfect.
yeah, you can
Play yeah.
continue. Yes.
Yeah, so this is his turn. This is his turn 3.
Okay, starting with the 1 die block was block.
Yeah.
It's okay technically. You only have a 1 in 6 chance for him for
Right.
it to go wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's starting to be really worrying for him. Just pause again. But I'd say here it could be worse to reroll because you're slowly getting to his half of the pitch. He
Yep.
already have spent 3 turn. He only have 5,
Yep.
and Dark Elf, their fastest player, is movement 7. So even with couple of passing shenanigan, it will take at least 3 turn in the best of the case.
Yeah.
In the best case scenario to just score. So I'd say it's pretty shitty situation for
Yeah.
him.
I did.
Um, yes.
I was just gonna say I did think he was gonna re-roll that. I was quite surprised that he didn't re-roll that. To be fair.
I'd say he's a bit too greedy with his rerolls.
Yeah.
You need them with Dark Elf, but well, no, dude, seriously, you play your turns because I'm pretty sure he took like 4 minutes to think and just did 2 action and failed
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
boom.
Pretty much.
Okay, so here, same as always, just keeping to go forward and keeping company and maybe blitzing. So nothing new to say.
Right. Okay. So just play.
Yeah, play.
Yeah, so I'm just doing the same thing. I just want to push up base, make it as uncomfortable as possible for him, and try and keep as many well, try not to make any holes basically.
Okay, well that's good. Not overcommitting. So here, this is when you remove the guard.
Yeah,
MNG. Oh,
yeah,
ooh.
I think
I think I wouldn't have Apple the MNG on turn 3
yeah.
because you know how Apple works, right?
Well, I know you get to use it once, and what it means, it basically he'll be out for the whole drive, so he won't come back until half time at least if it goes to KO. Is that what you mean? Oh, yeah. So if it's no casualty,
Yes.
he won't come back for this
It,
drive.
if you use the Apple on someone with just no casualty, you can just he will come back on the reserve, so he will be available for the next drive. And when you have MNG, you need for the second one to be well, not no long-term effects
Yeah,
because that's risky. I'd say here it's not something. I'd say his guard, the way he's playing, I don't really think he's using it that much because he's been pretty defensive, and so MNG is not the end of the world for him. But losing a witch or losing a bludger here would be really really painful.
yeah.
So using the Apo here, I'd say it's a mistake.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, the Appos were totally useless in this game. But
Yeah, he did. And so now he didn't. Oh yeah, uh, he had a turnover, but at least he managed to dodge
he
everyone
pretty much did
out.
the whole turn. Yeah, I think it was his last action.
Yes, but now he have blitzers on the floor and he have the ball, so he's making some progress. But here it's already he only have 4 turn remaining, and he have 2 less players for the next turn. So
Yep,
here I'd say you're in pretty good position, and I think you're just gonna keep getting a bit more forward. Here on the defense, you can't really overcommit because he have to do the first move and you will have to react.
yep.
So I just say that I'm not sure it was a good idea to get closer with the tackle because he did not pick up with a dodge
Yeah.
and he didn't even have block. So always keep
So basically,
uh
swap these guys round to just keep the tackle guy at the back, keep the goat on the flank, and just hover around here somewhere.
yeah, because it's without block or anything, he's a prime target for blitz
Yeah.
like the Mighty Blow one because they have no defensive skills.
Right.
I'd say he didn't really punch you a lot. I'm not sure he really blitz you. Did he blitz you? Yeah, I think he did because the Mighty Blow is on the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't really punch you a lot, and that's ideal for you because he
Yeah.
was really defensive. I'd say he's a good elf coach, but maybe too careful.
Cautious. Yeah.
Yeah, here I don't really think there's a lot to add. Maybe you wanna add something?
I mean, at this point, I was really happy. Like, I was thinking everything was going really well. But I like this is also the point that I got nervous because I knew that he was going to try something. So, like, you know, when like elves get desperate, that's pretty much when they tend to do something crazy that works. so, so I was,
Exactly.
yeah, I was like, I knew that this isn't. I mean, it's great for me, but you know, it's still not like anything can happen at this point. You know, I was very conscious of this flank here, my left flank, as you see it, because I didn't know what to do with this warrior. I felt like these two guys, I had to separate them. I mean, I could put the warrior there and base
Yes.
both, which I don't know if I did do it, but I probably should have done it. And then these guys, I was very conscious of this guy here, like really didn't want to leave him alone. And then I really wanted that witch. I really, really wanted that witch. So you'll see me do something stupid in a minute, I'm sure. Yeah, cheers.
Okay,
Good.
good.
Right, let's go.
So if you're really, really scared of Elf doing some stupid thing, just keep two-player back.
Two. Right, okay.
Just
Yeah, I should have probably put
really,
him there, I think.
yeah, you should abuse the strength 4 of your Chaos Warrior because most of the time he will never punch a Chaos Warrior. He'll just gonna dodge out. So he can punch a goat, but most of the time the okay, this is the
Yeah, this is the crazy YOLO block.
that's not crazy. I mean,
With
okay, yeah, the greed reroll. It's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, I'd say it's should have just kept with blitzing with the mighty blow or blitzing something else. And now you have the two important
yeah.
goats on the floor. You have the strong line, and he wasted the blitz because he won't be able to go through. So
Ah, okay.
I'd say it's a good thing for you that he chose to blitz the mighty blow and try and remove it
Yep.
by luck, and it didn't work.
I
Okay,
mean,
so here, okay,
there you go.
another failed dodge. Damn, those elf are really shitty at dodging.
He had, yeah, I mean, I was just about to say at that point, like, I'm under no illusions that he had some pretty bad dice in this game, especially with dodges, and there's a couple of other things as well. But yeah, I'm fully aware of the ones that this guy was rolling.
Well, technically, if you look at all the dodges he's rolling, it's not really a surprise because he's rolling at least 4 to 5 dodge a turn, and one it's 1 in 6 chance.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it happened. You can't really complain about it. It's like complaining about rolling a couple of double skull or
Yeah,
double balls down. You just punched a lot, and sometimes it happens.
yeah,
Just statistic.
it's true. It's true.
Okay, so here for your turn uh, 5 or turn
Yes.
5. So here he finally chose a side to attack, and he have a pretty good defense, but it's not that hard to go through. I just wanna see where the strength 5 is going, and where do you think he should be going?
What now? Now you've just
Yes.
mentioned it, I would probably chuck him here.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think I go here. I'm not 100% sure. But now you say, how do you get numbers on the squares on the pitch? What, like the dodge zones? I don't know how to get the tackle zones.
Well, when you're in replay, it doesn't show.
Oh, it just doesn't show. Ah, okay, mate.
Uh,
Um, yeah, we ready to watch this one?
yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I definitely would put him there now. Whereas I don't think I did that. I think I put him here.
And put the
Yeah.
block one
Oh right, so
somewhere
swap them
else.
over. Yeah, so maybe put the block one there, the strength 5 there.
Okay, so here I think this is where you swapped the goats. You put someone else.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I'd say it's a wrong order. You should have first punched and then moved the goat. Because let's say you roll double skull or something crazy,
Yeah, there's not a
you
hole.
don't want that guy on the floor because this is where elf to elf things, and you have literally zero chances of getting the ball back because everyone is so far up. Well, good thing he's on the floor, I'd say, so it helped a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where he jump up fail.
Yeah, that was massive, that jump up fail.
Okay, let's. Oh yeah, this is the famous 10-second turn.
Yeah, yeah, this is, yeah, again, he was literally thinking about these turns and he was doing everything in the last minute, so he didn't really have time to react if anything went wrong. So that jump up probably changed his whole plan in like the last 30 seconds. Let's pause this one.
And snake on dodge. It's always painful. I'd say here it was a desperation play because you don't really base with the ball carrier, and even if his action succeeded. Like what he was gonna achieve. He have a ball left open on the field. I don't even think he have the movement to just score, even if you don't punch him,
Oh
because
wow,
he
yeah, I
is
didn't even consider that.
technically he have the exact movement with 2 GFI per turn,
That's
because
yeah,
it's a 13 square between the line of scrimmage and the
from there, yeah.
touchdown touchdown zone, and he's 1 square from the line of scrimmage, so it's 14. So
Yep.
he needs 4 GFI in total. No, it's movement 6, so 2 GFI in total. But things never go as planned.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So here, with which player did you choose to blitz? I don't remember.
I think it's this guy. I think
Yeah,
it
this
was.
guy moving.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got any skills. If I press play, it should show his skill. Hold on.
Yes.
So someone was asking about getting tackle zones on, but I don't think I can do it on a replay at all. It's just skills.
Just no, just maybe click on someone, but I'd say no, not this one, someone else.
Nah,
No, it doesn't show.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like playing tabletop. You have to picture them in your mind.
Yeah. Right, let's go. So yeah, it's a skillless. Oh no, he was just he was just marking. I think in case. Ooh. Oh,
Good.
this was
And
the
then this is
crazy
the
dodge. Yeah.
just you forgot there was someone.
I didn't
So yeah,
actually see that that was a dodge. Yeah, so that
this
was
is
like.
obviously a mistake, but you don't have to. I don't have to talk about it
Yeah, I
because you
definitely
saw it
picked
already.
that up. Yeah. And that was
So
huge.
another MNG lineman.
Lyman, yeah.
Okay, and fail pickup. Good bounce.
Very good.
Um, yeah, here you should have try and punch the bludge one, the
This guy.
bludger.
Oh, this.
Pose it, please.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
So here you could have either punch him with the strength 5 or the goat. Okay, so it's a tackle goat. So yeah, here you could punch it with the tackle goat, no problem.
This
But
guy
let's
here is
say
the
you
tackle
didn't
goat.
have the tackle goat, or maybe he was on the floor. Here, if you had punched with the strength 5, he would you had to push him here. Yeah.
Yeah, next to the
So here,
tackle.
what you could do, some advanced technique, is put a player on that square, on the empty square.
Yeah,
So
this one.
that way, if you roll a push, then you can choose to maybe push it on the goat or on the elf, on the witch elf. So that way, even if it is a push, you succeed in removing the player. This is what really makes the good coaches.
Yep.
They You can make the most in any situation and always think, okay, what if it go wrong? What if it go just a push? What if it go to a pow? You should always consider those situation and try and make the most out of it when you can. If you didn't have like the possibility to have someone here, then you should have dodged. But yeah, here of course it was a mistake, but
Yeah, yeah.
let's say it's the same situation, but the goat
So I
is on
see.
the
Yeah, I
floor.
see what you're saying. So basically, before I did the blitz, I should have put a goat in here. Maybe hit with the strength 5 guy. So if it's a push, I get to pick the chain push. So I can push him into the elf or that goat, which gets him off the blitz. Which means I don't have to dodge. Which means I can then hit
Yeah,
that.
well,
Yeah.
here you had the tackle goat, so in that exact
I
situation, it
could
did
just
not
hit
really
him the other
matter.
way. Yeah, I could just hit
But
him there. Yeah. No, I see
I'm
what you're
just
saying.
talking about the hypothetical if it shows up in another game
Yeah.
and you have to remove someone just from making you do a dodge. That's something you can do, and understanding the chain push is really important with
Yeah.
every team, but most importantly with bash team because you will punch a lot.
Yep.
So you have to understand how chain push work, but I think you already pretty much do because you show me what square you needed someone and
Yeah.
where you could punch him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. A lot of the time, I don't see certain chain pushes, if you see what I mean. So like there'll be certain plays where I can do it and I don't see it, but then there's some plays that I see it because it's quite obvious. You know, if it comes to just filling one square to get a chain push, I'm pretty much comfortable with that. But when it comes to like 2 or 3 different squares that you need to fill to get like the proper chain push, sometimes I just don't see it, which is something I need to definitely work on.
Okay. Yeah, we can continue for the turn. So the ball is pretty much secured. Yes, and the Chaos Warrior. I'd say the block Chaos Warrior, you don't need to keep him with the lineman
Yeah,
exactly, because he will get up, move 3, so he's pretty much going to
anywhere there.
join the Chaos Warrior anyway, so might as well put him somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, here getting a POW is good. Yeah, getting another POW. I'd say here you should have followed,
Yeah.
because that way you keep tackle
Based.
zones on the 2 guy on the floor, and you're getting them, and you're getting more tackle zone uh, further up the field, so he have less liberty of movement.
Yeah, so he'd have to roll a dice basically.
Yeah, he have to roll dice, and you force him to go around and just give you more space. So here you could have followed, because the 2 dudes were on the floor and nobody was near
Fra-
them, and you had already enough people around the ball. So this is the famous cage dive, 4-up dodge into half die. I'd say it's really the desperation play,
yeah.
and I can't really understand why he really wanted to keep his reroll if this is to reroll on time like that.
Yeah. So this was where I this was where I was trying to cage here, and it's quite a funny one.
Well, I think making the cages is a good idea. Yeah, but maybe too much up the field.
Maybe one square back.
Yeah, you should really always picture the cage in your mind. Who is gonna be where? Okay, oppose again. I Here he made a really big mistake, because he left a big opening between his 2 stack of elves. So between the witch
Oh, I
elves and
could
the
just
two
run straight
blotters,
through there.
so
Yeah.
you could run through. But getting the cage on the left is good idea. But here you could have maybe have a Chaos Warrior to go up the field and get close to the witch elf and the lineman. I'd say the square
Oh,
diagonal
okay. Yeah, yeah.
up right here. So that way, if he wants to dodge, he have to first punch you, because he will have to do like 3-up or 4-up dodges,
Yeah, yeah.
and you can just send people to base them already, because that way he have to sacrifice movement.
Yeah, so
Here,
I
this is
could
like
yeah.
a big mistake. Most of the time it will never happen, but that's the best way to get rid of them dodging out, because if you sandwich them between Chaos Warrior, they won't be able to punch and they won't be able to dodge.
I didn't even see that at the time. I didn't even notice. Like I was so like set on caging here. I'm probably too far.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably too far.
Right.
Yes.
So you'll see why this is too far in 2 seconds, because it's quite funny. I was like, my heart was in my mouth when this happens. Oh, it doesn't show that. Yeah, I actually failed a GFI there, so I had
So
to.
what?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was it. To get the corner of the cage. So yeah, I was. Yeah, I didn't realise it was a GFI to get there. I thought he could do it in his normal movement.
You should count the squares. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what. It's because I was the last guy to move. Yeah, so basically, just to give you guys a bit of background on this one, he waited till like the last 9 seconds of a turn, and he actually just ran out of time. He after this movement, he just straight up runs out of time, and he doesn't have time to move these guys. So I just run it in. Um, I think that's his last one he gets. I think. Yeah. So it was an interesting game. There was a lot of 4 minute turns, and that one there was two massive turns in that game where he just left it to the last second and probably gave me a few opportunities that I didn't necessarily need to have. Right, so that's half time. 1-0 on his drive. With
1-0 on his drive and two elves out of the pitch without any goat out
yeah,
or any player. So I'd say it's a very, very, very good situation.
it was I was
I
very happy. Yeah,
really, really playing too carefully on his part, but well, it's his problem, not ours.
yeah, that's for
I'm here to talk about the chaos plays, and I think on this half was interesting. I'd say, if I remember correctly.
sure. Oh yeah, this was a weird one. It was a grind more than anything, to be fair. I thought like I don't know, like this is with the screens and stuff. I didn't really know. I wasn't in a rush either, if you see what I mean. So I wasn't like overly rushing to get a score. I was
Yeah, I can see you're struggling with the offensive setup.
yeah. This one, yeah. I mean, defensively, I kind of feel like there's only two or three different options you can take. But offensively, so I was just trying to figure out who I wanted to blitz. So I wanted to get the diagonal blocks on the line, um, and yeah, so that's why the block goes in the middle, so I can hit diagonally with the two block guys first, which I don't think I even end up doing. Um,
I say it's a good offensive setup. I would have just maybe swapped the mighty blow with a block warrior because
it's a free
why?
hit, yeah.
No, so
What? Just put
block
him,
pose please.
yeah,
Uh, so why I would do that in that situation? The way he's set up, it's a rule of five, but without two
the
players on the
corners.
with the two player missing. So here we have a clear blitz target. It's the lineman in front.
This guy,
Why? Yeah, why? Because you can go and punch those blitzers, but they have block, and if you blitz with the mighty blow goat, you will be punched.
yeah,
So here I would swap a block warrior, the first one in the middle. I would swap the mighty blow with the block warrior, so that way it's the block warrior who's blitzing the lineman,
yeah,
and you just follow and get straight into their face
yeah. Okay, that's good.
because you have block, and you just send like maybe the strength 5 in reinforcement or something, so that way he doesn't have good punch back. He
Yeah,
can't really punch back easily, so he's gonna dodge out. He might have dodge, he might have things like that, but you just get two warrior freely up the field, and you force him to do dodges, and sometimes you can roll snake eyes.
yeah. Whoa, we've
So
seen that.
so yeah, it's really it's almost risk free. And if he try to punch you, it's okay. Use 3 elves to punch one chaos warrior with AV9 and block, so he have a lot of chances of still getting up or even not falling down. And those are 3 elves that won't move, so you can punch them back. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, I will
Okay,
just add that my blocks are going to be a bit weird here because of where the ball is. So if the ball was deeper, I would have taken the blocks differently, but I wanted to free one of these guys to like cushion. I was so terrified about this ball being on the. I just didn't think I was going to pick it up because it's raining, so it's a 4+ pickup. So yeah, I was. That kind of was in my mind when I threw these random blocks.
okay.
Right, good to go. So I'm just trying to protect the ball as best I can
Oh,
there.
and here I'd say the strength 5 dude, you could send him straight into
That
the
square,
4
uh,
dark elves. And I'd say you can do that if you
back
planned
it up.
to blitz one
Mm.
of them with a chaos warrior. because if you just go in the middle of 4 elf, they will just punch you back
Yeah,
with a blitzer and get you away, so it won't really be as effective.
yeah. So I just need to go that one extra square. I feel
Yes.
like I need to be aware like of I mean I'm too yeah like you say I'm too scared with this Chaos Warrior. I need to treat him as a Mino rather than a Chaos Warrior that I don't want to lose, you know. So
Yeah, well, more like a really good roadblock, more like a tree man or something
okay,
that you don't really blitz with him. You just stand somewhere
and
and
make
be
them run
annoying.
around him. Yeah,
Also, the elf all with the beastman,
this one.
2
So put
you
him
went
here.
1 square too far. No,
Yeah,
just 1 square back, 1 square back
there.
toward the ball.
Oh, so
There.
it's two tackle zones, right? Okay.
So there's 2 tackle zones, so it's a 4 up and 3 up to dodge through.
Yeah. So
Because
this is
here I'd say the bounce is not the worst, not the best. You could
yeah,
have bounced into maybe this goat hand, the one that is getting punched, and
yeah.
get somewhere
Over
else, and
here,
there is
yeah.
no tackle zone. It can always get worse.
It can. Yeah. I was quite happy. I mean, yeah, I was happy with that bounce. I mean, I had two guys on it, and I had these guys like so. Again, it was one of those situations where I thought it was like for him, it's like super risky because uh, I think this kind of made the half this turn here.
Okay, pause please.
Yep,
Here, just before saying anything else, the strength 5 on the
is
far
this
left.
guy? Yeah,
Yes, you just get 1 square diagonally and mark
just
those 3.
yeah. So yeah, that is
So
something I definitely am gonna take on board and definitely do more. Just be
don't do that all the time, but
just
with
against
agile
edge.
team you
Yeah,
can, and maybe against humans, or not as against undead and getting near the mummy or near
oh yeah, yeah,
really good strengths. You should always try and get at the very least 2 strength 3 player that you really want, that won't run away easily,
yeah,
or maybe a black orc that is very important. So he is just the guard or the personal bodyguard of your team.
yeah.
He will get somewhere and force dodges or be punched, but with his strength 5 it will be hard. So always base at the very least 2 player, and against elf you can get that up to 3.
Okay, that's good to know. And yeah, the good thing about that is I've actually got Dark Elves next week. Dark Elves is my next game, so I'd definitely be taking that on board for that one.
Okay, so here you just blitzed with the taco one.
Um,
I think you blitzed the
no,
bludge with no, it's
no, I
an
based and
unskilled
blocked.
goat.
Yeah, I wanted to scatter the ball, so that's what I was trying to do. I wasn't even like overly worried about knocking him down. I just wanted to
Uh,
push. I think.
you do realize that the ball can scatter on the witch elf, and she can have it on a 4 up.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, but then I still had the blitz, so yeah, but
Oh, it was a normal punch.
yeah, because this guy just moved here to assist, and then this goat here is the goat making the block.
Okay, so I'd say it could be risky. Here I wouldn't really risk the scatter, because if you have billions of player around the ball,
Yeah,
just
I just
blitz.
thought there was no way that I could remove both of them. Like, obviously, I can blitz one and block. Yeah, I suppose I could, but like, I think this is a push. I don't think this is a block. So then I could blitz and
Well, even if you just push, it's okay. Even if the ball is on the floor, you have 8 turn, you have 1-0,
yeah,
so it's okay. It's okay. You, as long as he does not score, you just play defensively, take the punch when you can, and keep his players under controls. You can wait a bit and leave the ball on the floor. It's not against cavens, against gutter runners,
yeah,
where
yeah. They're
if you
gone.
leave the ball for 1 second on the floor, it disappears and you have a touchdown. No, it's Dark Elf. They have a lot less movement with everyone, so you can afford to do that. I wouldn't recommend risking a bounce. It might even bounce into the hands of the witch elf, and she does not catch it. But then it bounces
Yeah.
somewhere else, and you have harder time keeping it under control.
No,
That's risky. Always risky to rely on bounce, but here you have control of the tackle zones around the ball, so I would not risk getting it somewhere else
okay.
where you could have not as much control.
That makes sense. That does make sense. Right, let's go.
But here, yeah, you
I
you
did
roll
get
the
a POW.
POW on the bludger, and you roll the good bounce because
That
it
was
got
crazy.
straight into the hands of a block Chaos Warrior,
Yeah, that was
which
yeah, which
is
could have easily been a blodge witch elf, and now I see that as well. But yeah, that was the blitz with the tackle. This was
so.
huge as well.
Yeah, here you remove the witch elf and you do chain push.
Yeah, into the other block.
Yeah,
And then
caging. Fouling here, I'd say it's a good thing because you have 11 players. It's a bludger and he's near the ball. And
I probably
we
should have moved
already
him first.
we have already seen a couple of desperation play from your opponent. So he would have definitely tried the
Yeah,
two red die
yeah,
punch.
exactly right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was too tempting to be fair. If he didn't have blodge, well, I don't know. I think I probably would have took that anyway. I think I would have took that foul with the
Oh,
three guys missing. To be fair.
no, nothing wrong with fouling. It's only in college that you have some sense of honors and fouling is wrong. Like if you play in Champ Ladder or in Chaos Cups or good say, huge competition, they have zero chill and don't really care about
Yeah.
fouling. And it's a legit strategy to foul because it can remove important player on the floor with like zombies or rotters or things like that. But we're not here to talk about it. So yeah, here he failed the dodge with dodge, but you had tackle, so tackle removed dodge. So it removed dodge when you blitz, and it removed dodge when he dodged out of one of your tackle zones.
That was
So
awesome.
that's why
Yeah.
he didn't have to reroll the dodge.
So do you not get the option to reroll if it's in
He
tackle?
gets the option to reroll with a team reroll, but he doesn't have the option to reroll with a skill.
Okay. So
He,
he doesn't. He just chooses not to reroll there, doesn't he?
yeah, well, it was his last action of the turn,
Yeah. Okay.
and if you really wanted to foul something, you'd foul the bludger
On
on
the
the floor
floor,
already next to the
the ball.
ball, so no real danger about it. Okay, here, important turn to say the least. Pretty important because here he finally did an elf screen,
Yep.
but well, here you have a pretty clear
Option.
idea of
Yeah.
where you want to go. So how do you deal with elf screen? You just base them. Just
Right.
base them as much as you can, and hope he fails dodges.
So basically,
And
go
he
here. Would you say like this cage here,
no, I'd say you can
or
go
just straight
on the
base?
right. You can go on the right, but you have 11 player. He have 8, so you can afford to have maybe the strength 5.
Yeah. So I
Um,
could base. What you mean? Base all four of these guys. So because
exactly.
yeah.
So, so you force him into rolling dodges, and sometimes you can roll ones.
Yeah.
It's basically how to deal with elf in general. Just hope he rolls one because otherwise you're screwed.
Yeah. Pretty
But
much.
you have to force Nuffle hand, and you have way more chances of rolling one if you roll 11 dodges than if you roll only
One.
one or two.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I didn't even
Okay,
see that.
you didn't even see that. Well, good thing.
Yeah, I
I
didn't. I
can.
didn't even like. I don't even think I contemplated it at the time because I didn't like. I get with elf screens when I base. I feel like I get bogged down a lot. Like it just grinds me down. Like, but obviously, I like that is normally that one would be like here, so it makes it a lot harder. But then I need to like look at it more objectively and see like, look, this is not just a standard elf screen. This has got weaknesses, you know, and probably attack them
Yeah,
a bit more.
and even if it's a standard elf screen, you can base just in front of each player
Yeah,
with a Chaos Warrior, and he will just dodge out and go behind the other one. But you don't
yeah,
really care because, well, you sometimes you can roll one, or you just gain one square and
yeah,
you blitz one, so you can create a hole
yeah. Okay.
into the elf screen and gain the as much movement as you can.
So in
It
my next
it
game, I just basically, if this happens, not this, if it say for example this is a proper elf screen like here,
yes.
and I'm here, I just base like with the three warriors. Who would I blitz? Like if we're central, is it one on the left or is it the central piece? Like do you do the
Mm,
sides or do you do the middle? Or
in,
does it depend on who the
Interesting
player is?
question. Most of the time there will be linemen in front, so you won't have like
Target, yeah.
tasty target. I'd say I prefer to stay with the middle, but
Just
never get the ball in danger to do that.
okay. So just
So
yeah, just keep yeah, because I suppose it gives you options on both sides. So if he does fail something,
exactly, and
yeah,
he needs a lot more people to screen
the
all the
middle,
field than
yeah, yeah.
just to screen
That's a good point actually.
on the left or on the right. So here it's a good thing to go on the right because he
Yeah,
have
he's
three less players than you. He have two of those bludger on the floor, and the elf screen is not centered. Like there is one that is not really in position, but if he played in position, then you would just punch him.
yeah,
So it's a good thing on his part, but then you can just go on the right. You can go on the right, and if he screen on the right, then you come back in the middle because he doesn't have the players to wrap around you
yeah.
properly.
Right,
Okay, oof,
let's go.
move on.
So yeah, my thinking on this one was doing my own kind of like screen, like a side screen,
Yeah,
like
side
yeah.
lane screen.
And
Uh,
I mean, I know I can get away with this guy here and this guy here, so I only need three rather than four. But I just thought with elves and agility, I didn't want to leave the two gaps.
it's okay. Yeah, you can, and it can create cages because remember then if you had two spaces between each goat,
Yeah,
then he would have only three up dodges.
yeah,
So here it's the correct play,
okay.
but just like the strength 5, you can base. Just
The
always remember to base the elves because most of the time they will dodge out, and if they spend those precious actions on punching you, then they don't move around the pitch. And except if you die, but most of the time you won't because you have AV9.
yeah, there was very
So
little armor breaks for him on my or on me. I think we're talking about like three maybe in the whole game. AV breaks.
yeah, well, he didn't punch you a lot.
Yeah,
Also,
there is that. Yeah,
I think that there were the three punches on the LOS, and he didn't even blitz every turn.
yeah. Oh, this
So
was just where it got a bit crazy. I was just
so
thinking I've got so much time that I can, but there's no rush for me, you know, so I can just keep pushing up and like there's no point.
exactly, you don't need to score two touchdown. You
Yeah,
can, but you should not risk the game for greed,
yeah,
especially when you have the game in the back and the bag and you can have a touchdown on the block Chaos Warrior. Here, okay. Oh, this is the interesting turn.
oh, okay.
The one when you could technically serve
Oh, what?
the ball carrier.
He
It
could. Oh,
takes,
okay, yeah, I remember you saying this at the time during the game, and I was like, what?
uh, just because you put this player here.
What, the Mighty Blow guy? Or
Yes,
okay.
uh, because you. Okay. We will pause, and I will talk about how surfing work.
Yeah.
So most of the time, how do you surf someone? You just blitz, and
Yeah.
he is, yeah, just in front of him. There is the three squares available are in the crowd, so he's getting out. But you can also screen like let's say you're in front of the player. So let's say on the LOS, he's on the square with the number 2.
Number two.
Uh,
Oh
back.
right.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's say, yeah, here there he is, and you have someone. So the unleveled goat, and you have a elf just in front of it.
This one.
No,
Oh
I'm gonna say the example of how do you serve just one in one block, someone out. So let's say the block elf just
this
diagonally blitz. No, not this one, the free one,
this
the
one.
blitzer.
Okay, right, yeah, yeah.
Diagonally blitz, so blitz by being in front
Oh,
of the
okay,
mighty
what
blow,
there
and
and that.
blitz diagonally
Oh, this
the.
way. Okay, yeah, yeah. So you could go there, blitz there, push him there. Is that right?
Yeah, well, no, I'm still doing the example of how do you blitz, how do you do blitzes. So you can, if you can get to the side of someone and have the three option to push to be on the LOS,
Yeah,
you have to. The condition to send someone into the crowd is that there is no other empty space than the ones in the crowd. So technically, you can crowd surf someone with just one square of that can go on the crowd if the other two are not available.
yeah, yeah.
So let's say there are players on those square. So for example, if there was someone on the number 14, the square
This one.
right to the block Chaos Warrior,
Yeah, yeah.
let's say there was someone there with just the block blitzer, he could go and blitz the mighty blow or the
Oh, well, push him
or
there and then push him out.
exactly.
Ah, okay.
Or so now, how does it translate into um, surfing the warrior? So here it's it's really complicated. It takes at least four push. The how does he do that?
Well,
I'm not expecting you to see it. He needs to blitz the block Chaos Warrior on the far left.
this guy.
He blitz it by being on the square left to it.
This way.
Let's say he gets a push. He
Okay.
gets a push, so he can the
Yeah.
three square where he can push the player are occupied. So he choose to push, let's say the strength 5 dude, and he push him near the ball carrier. Then he punch with the wrestle dude, the block dude that have been pushed. He
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you.
he punch him. Let's say he punch where there is the strength 5 dude. No, there is the strength 5 on the square, so the square is occupied. And there is a mighty blow. There is the another chaos warrior and an unlevel goat on those two available squares.
Yeah, I see that
So
now.
he can chain push into the ball carrier, but he can't on he can't chain push onto the ball carrier by pushing the strength 5 because there is an empty square. I'd say it's really complicated. It would be maybe easier with pictures. I'm
Yeah. No, I
just tell
think I
me
know.
if I lose you.
No, no, no. I'm there. So the strength five guy is here. The block guy is here. He pushes him. So then it then pushes the strength five guy to where the ball is.
Well,
Or no,
no,
it'll be
this
here.
is where you can't push the strength 5 guy, but he can push the goat. But how does pushing the goat help in getting the
Oh, this one here.
yes, he needs to have the blitzer in the square just in front of the mighty blow.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
So
So
that's
then
why
it's
those three squares are occupied. So he pushes the goat into the ball carrier and the ball carrier onto the sideline. But now the ball carrier, there are a lot of people around here, and a lot of the squares are occupied, and there is the ball carrier next to the line.
yeah.
And now he punches with the blitzer, the block, blitzer, the one that is right to the wrestle,
This one, yeah.
and he punches the goat. It's not the goat, it's the block chaos warrior.
Yeah.
He punched him. There is the strength 5 dude that is on the left square, the empty square, the left one, and there is a goat that is where the ball carrier is.
Jeez.
And if you push him on the mighty blow goat, uh, he can push into the ball carrier,
This should
and
be
the ball
the.
carrier have no empty square to go, so he go into the crowd.
That would be crazy.
That will be totally crazy. It will require a lot of pushes, but technically it's possible.
Yeah.
There is just like he needs to have someone on the square in front of the goat, the square number 18,
Yeah, this one.
this one, so it's complete. But technically he can surf the ball carrier and the ball gets thrown back, and maybe
Oh man,
somewhere
yeah.
where
Like these two guys are down here.
I'd say if I was in his position, I would try it, but don't really expect it to work
Yeah.
because he need to have pushes and a bit of luck, a lot of luck, I'd say, but it's technically possible.
That is crazy. I didn't even think. Yeah, man, that is like
Well,
next level.
you're in college, that's normal. I would never think anyone would do that, and I'd say I don't think anyone would really try it. But see, this is why doing why it's scary to go on the right side,
Yeah, yeah,
and this is why the mighty blow one, if the mighty blow one isn't here, then he can chain push, but then he just try and cage dive.
yeah. This is yeah. That's the reason I moved him back was because I just didn't anticipated like a cage dive. To be fair.
Yeah, but that's this is why most of the time the cages are only 4 player on the corners, because sometime elf can chain push the ball
Yeah, yeah,
carrier
yeah,
out of the cage,
yeah,
so he's more easily available to blitz.
yeah.
But
Because he
that's
could.
some crazy shenanigan
Yeah,
that are not really relevant on that stage of the game. But
yeah,
just wanted to show you how you can technically chain push the ball carrier.
mate. That's awesome. That is awesome, mate.
I have to justify why I am a mentor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So back to the game. Enough with the shenanigan. Here it's your turn 13, start of the turn 13, because I think he. Oh no, was it?
This
No, it's his
is
turn now.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So play that. Um. So yeah, this just became a bit strange. To be fair, this was just like more of a slog. And I was trying to score. I was trying to score, but it never really worked out for me.
So here, yeah, blitzing a goat. I think at this point he's just trying to get SPP where he can and
Yeah.
try and get as less damage to his team.
Yeah, so that strength 5 guy just basically, I know what you're saying, because he's there, so everything's awful for him, basically. If I get guard on that guy.
Yeah, well, that's the dream. Maybe one day when he have a MVP.
Yeah. Would you go guard
Okay,
before block?
I'd say block before guard,
Okay.
because he will make it really harder for
The next level.
the opponent to get him out, get him away from important player. It
Yeah.
helps. It helps in offense, in defense. I'd say block is really important. You don't really crave strengths as much as other teams such as Amazon or humans, where
Elves.
you really need guards to make up. You have 4 Chaos Warrior and you have strength 4 on Blitz with the goats.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So most of the time you can easily have 2 dice on punches, so block. But let's say you have another level than guard, but
Okay.
it's pretty it's
Standard.
pretty standard, and like in 10 maybe 15 game if he is lucky, because with his strengths and his role in the team he won't be punching a lot.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
here again, this is where I wanted to talk about the strength 5, and this is what made me want to talk about it, because you kept making the block chaos warrior be in the place where the strength 5 dude
Yeah.
should be.
Okay, so just swap them around basically.
Yes, so that way if he do a blitz with a blitzer, it's a one die.
Yeah.
It's a one die with block instead of a two die without block, because you have block. So I'd say most of the time it's more interesting to go to try on the 1 and 6 rather than a 1 in 36,
Yeah.
for him to get double skulls and still be annoying and always
Yeah.
annoy him. And also here, the where did you put the ball? I'd say you could go one square more on the left, because when you do a Chaos Warrior cage,
Yeah.
he won't be really punching them.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you just put the goat and base everyone and have everyone everywhere.
So yeah, just the Chaos Warrior there, guy at the ball in the middle there, just some random goat there, and then I can just pretty much pressure everything else.
Exactly, and I'd say maybe have a goat to go backward and base like go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to be on the left diagonal square of the bludge one,
This
not the tackle one, yeah, this square.
this one.
So that way you regain a bit of control
If I
on the
lose the ball, yeah.
left scroll. You get backward and you base him. You get someone in the middle, so he can maybe go on the left and be annoying, and always not have all of your team 11 player on the right side. You see it's starting to be really crowded,
Yeah.
so you get prone to chain push or just, well,
Grinding down
elf
to a slow
shenanigans.
halt, yeah. Yeah, no, cool. Right.
Okay,
So yeah, I just edge up basically.
yeah, you just force him to dodge, and here he doesn't have a lot of square to dodge to, so he have to move and waste Emma movement. Okay, here moving forward, that's a good thing, I'd say, because even if it's the mighty blow, he's probably going to be blitzed. So maybe just swap around and move the
Yeah,
move the
move the mighty blow
underleveled.
into the middle. I got lucky there.
Yes, for him to use the last reroll and just stun.
Yeah, so I'm getting my mighty blow guy kicked in the face for no real reason.
Well, I'd say he would have been blitzed anyway, but if he blitzed on the right on the right side, then he's more contained.
Yep.
I say I think he would have blitzed the mighty blow anyway, because see, he punched, but that's a small mistake.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can matter. So here you basically have the game in the bag, because here you have 3 turns. The elf screen is already at the touchdown line, so if you base him, he won't have really a lot of place to be available
Going,
to
yeah,
touch out.
yeah. Yeah, so this was, yeah. I mean, I just needed to break that screen, really. So I didn't really
Yeah,
do too much there.
the Chaos Warrior, you should have been more the post please, and
Oh,
the left the left diagonal
This one.
Chaos Warrior to the ball.
Yeah.
No, the left
Oh, this one.
diagonal. Yes. So
Okay.
this one you should have moved him a bit to the left because that way he makes more dodges if he wants to go to your ball, because he can't really go around it because it would take like 10 or 11 square,
Yeah.
and you regain control in the middle because here he is pretty bunched up, but so are you.
Yeah.
So it's easier for him to defend with eight player.
Cool.
So always try and
Spread out.
be spread out, and most importantly, here you have too many people around the ball.
Yeah.
He's not really going to get the ball on the floor because it's a Chaos Warrior with block holding it, and you have to do dodges.
Yeah.
But here he's gonna delay you, and sometimes it can even cost you a touchdown because
I haven't spread out. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Just control the pitch more. I've got the strength advantage. I've got the player advantage. So just spread out and make him make bad decisions.
make more dodges.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
say on the first half you based him, but here I'd say you have grown scared of
Yeah,
GLs because
yeah,
you saw him try crazy dodges and things like that, and you're like, oh wait, what if he succeed?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's true. You should always consider that, but don't let it cost you a touchdown because you're too cautious. Because this is what costed him in the in the first half. He was too cautious,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
took advantage of it. So if you make the same mistake as your opponent, then you might have the same result. So here, yeah, try and it's always depending on the situation. I'm just pointing it on as the situation goes.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely take that on board as well. So like, don't take everything completely literally. It's just based on this turn. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate. Right.
Okay, yeah, we can continue. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so even
see
that's
here,
it's one dice.
blitzing
Yeah,
here was block. So here you finally have the the control of the middle because
that
there
guy's
is no
down.
one. Yeah, there is no one left to stop you. I'd say the two punches you did are a bit too eager, and I'd say you should have moved the cage to the left
Left.
a bit.
Yeah, I see it now. Looking back at it, I see it. At the time, I was like, I don't know. I think I was just. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Technic Technically, you worked it out. You worked it out pretty good. Like what you did, even if that was technically a mistake, you played it well enough so it didn't come back to bite you
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
butt. But it can sometimes. And yeah, you're too protective on the ball, always having too much player.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't need
here
these two.
exactly. Maybe
Yeah,
just the one in the back, I'd say you could move him more on the left or more on the right or somewhere else where he'll be more useful.
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, this was me just messing about at this stage because like I knew I'd won the game and I just wanted to surf his whole team, basically. So I've got the score. It's turn 16. So
You you know that surfing doesn't grant SPP.
yeah, I know, mate. I know. I was just like kind of just wanting to do it just for the because of the way like he was so defensive and stuff. I just wanted to like teach him a lesson, basically. I was like
Okay. Oh, doing GFIs.
for
This
the
could
surf.
cost you 3 SPP.
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah, that's
here
true.
this is
Yeah.
when you just start to realize it's a bad idea and
It,
just score, but well, apparently no.
no.
Well, good thing you didn't roll double skull or something bad.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, I should just take the score. This is just all greed and like,
Especially when you fail a GFI and have no reroll left, and now
yeah,
everything you do is might be the last thing.
yeah. No, that's true. I think it'd been a long game, and I just had a few frustrations at that point. So I just wanted to sort of teach him a lesson. But at the same time, it didn't really work out because the crowd did nothing on both occasions. But yeah, so that's it. And then this is just the last. This is me being an idiot again, completely.
And also, why did you set up that way and not on the far end? Because you give him free blitzes.
Yeah, what you mean? So I should just do the backline? You mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like there is zero reason why you should not do that.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
technically, if there is a riot and he gets an extra turn, but even with an extra turn, you just screen or do things. And here you just didn't have you had a Nuffles giving you a second chance.
So, yeah.
Divine intervention.
This was like I don't know. I don't know what this was. But I will never make this mistake again because this mistake got punished pretty significantly. So I will definitely be backlining in future, that's for sure. Especially in turn 16, like there's just no reason for it. At 2-0 up as well, like even if he gets a right and he scores, like who cares?
Yeah, well, and not putting 6 SPP goat on the line.
This guy here, yeah, guys. So yeah, this is Bill Pickett. Um,
No, this was.
yeah, this was Bill Pickett. So this is the kick to the heads. There we go. I've still got the Apo. He's fine. He's fine. And then we roll dead into dead.
Yep.
Dead
He dead,
into
bro.
dead. He's proper dead.
That goat dead, bro.
Mate, someone wrote in my chat, they were like, oh, like poking him with a stick. And they were like, yeah, he's still dead. I was cracking up at that point.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's the problem with Chaos Beast. Like, you don't really know where the head is from the rest of the body. You just like, maybe that's normal. I don't know.
Mate, I mean, the frustrating thing is that was the only guy that leveled in the game, and he died on the turn 16 in a turn that he
Yeah,
didn't need to die on. I mean,
this is a harsh lesson, but hey, that's how you learn.
like that's my third goat in 5 games that is dead. Like not even an edge bust that I've had to sack. Like actually dead. 3 goats I've had. One of them actually plays for Nurgle now as well. So there's you can watch out for my Nurgle guy. Is there any of this that you wanted to look at? Any of these? Like nothing really is there.
Uh,
To be fair.
nothing really important
Cool.
for the game. Yeah, like
I
I
mean,
say, the second half is a good example of where you get too carried away,
yeah,
and yeah, maybe the frustration, like I say, taking 4-minute turn.
yeah,
You shouldn't blame it on the opponent, but when you take 2 hour for a game and you're like, fuck it, end it already.
yeah,
I
yeah,
have won.
yeah.
Just
It
get
was a
away
long
with
one.
it.
It was a long one.
But yeah, the turn 16 or turn 15 or those turn where you made mistake, it's happened. That's why you are on college. But
Yeah.
that this is why you should be very, very aware of those mistakes to not
Yeah,
make them again when that might cost you a game.
absolutely.
I think the surfing, I'm positive you wouldn't have done that if the game was 0-0 and it was turn 16.
Oh yeah,
But
no
I
way. Yeah,
we,
no way in a million years. That a lot of that was frustration by that point, but yeah, I know. Yeah, looking back, it was just me messing about, really. To be fair. Um,
and yeah, never pass a touchdown
a
with
Chaos Warrior.
Chaos
Yeah,
Warrior. Those SPP are precious, especially before you have Mighty Blow on everyone. I wouldn't recommend having Mighty Blow on the plus strength dude. Yeah,
where's it?
no,
My
it's on my team, the first one. But I'd say like the first block dude that level up, you give him Mighty Blow. The tackle one, the tackle goat, when he level up, you give him block. so
Yeah.
that way he's more reliable when blitzing, let's say, skink or gutter runners
Or any
or any
blodgers.
stunties or anything that have dodge but not block. And even if you have block, that way he's more defensive.
Yeah.
The the mighty blow goat, that depends on you, but I'd say block too,
With
because
4 claw.
why would I give block before claw?
I've got.
Claw is good. Claw
Yeah.
is a good skill, but it's not a good skill on its own. You need mighty blow with claw to be efficient. Most of the time, mighty blow is more interesting than claw. On
Okay.
AV9, on AV8, it's always better, and on AV9, most of the time, claw is a little bit better, but mighty blow is more. It can help if you roll a 12 on the armor roll, then you have the mighty blow for
No, I meant
the
on
injury roll.
Tom Horn. Like.
Yeah, on Tom Horn, why would I go with claw with block first? Because I don't usually give claw to a lot of goat. I give claw to one goat and give claw to two chaos warrior, so that way you have three killer on the team,
Yeah.
two chaos warrior, one goat, and I give mighty blow tackle block goat. So RV Logan, the tackle goat, I
Yeah.
go with block and mighty blow next, so that way
Oh,
he
okay.
can kill skinks or and uh, under armored player.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have like a chaos warrior. Your strength 5 dude, I'd give him block and guard, so he'd be more of a utility
Yeah.
chaos warrior. I mean, most of the time I go with mighty blow first on two chaos warrior and block first on the other two,
Yeah.
but that's personal preference. Some coach prefer to go all block, some coach prefer to go all mighty blow. It all depends
I
on
may. Yeah. I
personal
may go mighty
preference.
blow on like Texas Jack. I may just take mighty blow on him first. But
Yeah, because he's really behind the
yeah.
others.
Yeah. It makes sense to do
You
that
should really try, and when you can, have a handoff
and score on him.
on
Get a
on
touchdown.
him for him to score. Maybe have some vanity pass
Yep.
on turn 16. The opponent just scored. It's a 1-1 or a 2-1. Then you
And I'm
do
not
a
gonna
one
score.
SPP
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
pass, but you really need to work with what you have. Here you don't have a bad chaos team. You have 5 levels on your game 5. You're not
Yeah.
that far behind. You have the mighty blow goat, the next
It's one
cast.
Kaz.
So
Yeah.
hopefully next game normally you have another level.
Yeah.
Depends on your next matchup, except if it's dwarf or lizardman or orcs,
Yeah.
you go block, because
Well,
claw.
this is the thing. I've got Dark Elves next, so hopefully he levels in that game. But then the game after that, it's Lizardmen. So then I was thinking Claw, and I have got Lizardmen, Orcs, and Dwarves left in my first
Oh,
4 games. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
okay, yeah, okay. That's interesting to see. Always see your next matchups when you level up. That's
yeah.
what makes the chaos team one of the best team in my opinion.
Because you
It's
can take
that
other
you can
stuff. Yeah.
go do whatever you want. You have 11 player or 12 that can take from general strengths and mutation. With that, you
Yeah.
can do whatever you want.
Cool.
You can have you can technically, I once had a plus edge AG leap, very long leg wrestle, strip ball chaos warrior. Yeah,
That
I had
sounds
some
pretty. Yeah,
really
strip ball
quick.
Chaos Warrior.
That's a 2-up leaping chaos warrior. That was really fun. And plus AG chaos warrior, they are basically vampire but better,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they just
Higher AV
those
as well.
are the best one. Plus AG Chaos Warrior, they are so fun to play with. Plus
So if
AG
I
Goat
get right,
2.
okay. So if I get an Agi Chaos Warrior, you're thinking just take it, yeah.
Yeah, just for the fun of it, you're in
Yeah.
college, you can just try it. Try it
Okay.
and see if you like it, but having an AG4 Strength 4 player really
Yeah.
helps a lot. You can carry the ball with it, but you can
Yeah.
dodge with it, you can cage dive.
When would you think about me thinking about a ball carrier, or do I just not worry about it?
Don't worry about it. just the next goat that level, give him block, give him the ball,
And
and
then get
if
Shorehand.
someone, and then I would say wait, hope for someone having plus AG or
Oh,
plus
okay.
movement or a double for dodge. And if at the point where you block goat level up, you don't have that, then you can take sure hand.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
But that's the classic mistake on every chaos team, taking taking sure hand first on the first goat at level, so that way you have a ball carrier. Most of the time it's a bad idea, because then afterward, like the second or third goat that level up just get plus movement or plus AG or double, and you're like, I have a dodge goat, but I have a sure hand goat, so what do I do with who I carry?
Yeah.
It's always good to have two players that can carry the ball,
Yeah, yeah,
because
I know
someone gets
that from
removed.
experience. Yeah. Um. So
But
I just
Chaos Warrior, Chaos Warrior can do it.
yeah. I mean, like
Um,
that's what I wanted to do on the Strength 5 guy was just carry it just to get the touchdowns to get into the next level. But I don't know.
well,
It has.
you can, but I would say don't use it as a dedicated ball carrier, and
Yeah,
use
yeah,
it
yeah.
as when the situation need, and maybe that's decent thing to consider. He's in MVP range of leveling up, so I would
Maybe not
say
worry
if you
about.
have the choice, the unleveled warrior, you should give him those balls and
Yeah.
have him,
Okay.
yeah, give the ball to the warrior, the
Yeah.
balls, those sweet balls, to the warrior, so you have an extra mighty blow, because mighty blow really defined the team on low level. Having 2 or 3 mighty blows, so you can have those LOS punches, or have more option when you choose to blitz. So okay, you have the goat that have more movement, or the warriors have more strengths if he gets punched back. But
Do you,
that's some,
last
yes,
yeah, just last question really was I obviously I just buy a goat with the 190,
yes,
and then we've got another, and then we just sit at the bear 11 with a 130.
yes. You just said you usually don't need to buy before the goal gets higher than 150, so it doesn't get on your team TV.
I mean
If
like
the
the substitute thing. Like, I genuinely don't know whether or not I should be running like a spare.
Yeah,
Um,
you should buy the 11th coat and wait, because the next match is Dark Elf.
these guys are the next match. This is the edgy speedies. So
Yeah,
these.
they have a lot. Oh, they bought an extra Witch Elf. They bought another
Oh,
Witch
well,
Elf.
they
They
didn't have
bought
one before.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and they have the Dump Off Dodge.
That's
Dump
annoying
Off
as
is
hell.
really
How do
iffy
you deal with
skill.
dump off? Do you just blitz the ball carrier, or do you just like?
Well, you just consider that the skill is not really there. You, when you have the chance to punch the ball carrier,
Yeah.
you do it, because then he have a 3-up pass, and he needs to get the other player to catch the ball. Sometimes he can just fumble and give you the ball, and he just stand up because you just roll double push. It's a random skill.
It is a
You should,
random skill, yeah, but it's annoying as hell when you have to play against it.
well, I'd say
Oh,
consider that it will succeed when you
yeah.
blitz, and
He's
base
AV7 as
every,
well, so
if he's inside the a cage,
yep.
then just have someone near each corner of the cage, so that way it
Oh,
makes
when he
the
dumps it off his
catching,
base. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and just roll with it. It's not a very
Good skill.
good skill.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good to have it base, but the runner in Dark Elf team is getting AV7 is not
Yeah.
good.
I'm definitely going to be looking at him next game, mate, yeah. As well as the guard, I think. Just the guard, the witch, and the runner are going to be the targets, I think. But yeah, cool. Thanks for doing this, Glow, mate. I really appreciate it. Absolute pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, no, it's been decent. It's been good knowledge, and I'm gonna take on board. I'm gonna use the Strength 5 guy probably completely differently. and watch out for those surfs as well. But yeah, awesome guys. So that's game 5. 4 more games to go, and then we're up into playoffs. Hopefully, such words. This is my mentor, Glodude, is helping me through, like coaching me. And I just thought I'd do something a little bit different. The actual game itself was so long, I didn't really want to put it on YouTube. So this is like a way of me sort of learning and putting it on YouTube and sort of putting it up for you guys. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. And thank you, Glow, again. And I'll talk to you soon anyway, dudes.